So now we want to come back this way, but you can't really, that's not going to work, is it? So we're going to flip the work and keep going. So what we do, we need to build up the height of our stitch again. So you chain 1, 2, like that. So let's do that again. So you've done your final stitch, you've got just your 1 loop on the yarn, and then we pull the yarn through once, pull the yarn through twice. It doesn't matter at all if you do your chains before or after you flip it, but basically you flip it like turning the page on a book. So if you're right-handed, you always work right to left. And there we go again. Yarn over. Oh, right, so when you're going into this kind of stitch as opposed to a chain, see you've got these V's at the top? They're really handy for counting, actually. All of your crochet stitches will end up with V's at the top, just because you're pulling 2 things or multiple things of yarn through. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stitches. Voila. So yarn over, and we go into this here. So not these are your chains, and this is the first stitch. So yarn over through the V, pull it through. We've got 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through. I'm going to go again to the end of this line because I want to show you what it looks like when you're turning. And it's an end piece with a chain in it, because with the exception of the very first row we do, this is always what you'll have to do. So yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. And this stitch is one of the sort of staples, and you use it absolutely loads, right? But all the complicated stitches that I've been doing for Tabby's blanket, all blurry in the background over there, are pretty much, it's this stitch or 1 or 2 others which are either more simple or 1 step more complicated again, and you just do them in different ways. And so with some stitches you might just go into the front loop or just go into the back loop, or you might go into a bottom bit of the stitch rather than the top kind of thing. But it's all the same principle. It's all poking the hook through a hole, putting some yarn on it, pulling it through. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I thought so. We've got 9 here. Now, for our 10th stitch, see this, right? This looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Because it's not a stitch. But what we're actually looking for is the chain space. We did our chain, there's a hole there. So we do yarn over, we find our chain space, and you can just give it, if you can't see it immediately, just give it a little tug because it's always there. There we go. And then just normal yarn over, pull through, voila. And then chain 2, and flip it like a book, and we go again.